All right. It says we're live. So let's kick it off, guys. Thanks for joining us, everyone. You know how it goes with not the re-entry buzz, drink-alongs. With drink-alongs, we do this once a month with our Patreon peeps. It looks like we got Ben and Patrick already on, at least.
Nice.
But thanks for joining us. If this is your first time to a drink-along, here's how we do it. Our Patreon people are couriered samples of the specific drink we're pouring each month. This month is JT Meleck Distillers, a Louisiana handcrafted whiskey. Specifically, they're high proof, and it's a rice whiskey. And I mean, I'll say it right now. I haven't had this exact pour. We wait until we drink along with you guys, so we make it special. We're not gonna. I mean, it's rare. Like, I think it's only happened once where I've had the pour prior. I think.
Nice.
But that being said, I did have a pour of something similar to this, and it blew my friggin' mind. And that's why I had to pick it up. What's that?
Single barrel version?
It was whatever you sent me, and maybe that was like a Ben Leak joint or something like that.
Yeah,
but it was good.
Yeah, and actually, Ben got me one of those too, and I have that here. It is not my entry buzz. I wanted to do something different for the entry buzz, but I have this here for reference just in case, because I don't own the bottle we're drinking today, but I do own this thanks to Ben again. And single barrel version just knocked my socks off, man.
Oh, good.
It's so flavorful, so good.
Yeah,
and I know we got I know we got Patrick on here too. So Patrick, I had given him a sample of this single barrel. So since he doesn't have the one we're drinking today, he's at least drinking something similar with us. So that'll be fun.
No, that's what's up. And there are a few, only 3, I think, on the Patreon list that haven't received their samples yet. I can assure you they're probably on the way soon.
Oh yeah.
No,
Brian Duncan said he got his yesterday.
Who?
Brian got his just in time yesterday.
Really? I sent that by courier 2 weeks ago. So that's great. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
So let's
what are you
wait buzzing? First, what are you entry buzzing on?
Yeah, okay, all right. So I wanted to stay underproof for where we're gonna be, and I wanted to try something new that I got. So family friend Josh and his parents, for a baby gift, they got us a
Derringer?
rabbit hole. So it's the High Gold rabbit hole.
Okay.
And it's one of the single barrels. And I didn't really know anything about this, but after Googling around, I there were a couple cool things that really stood out for me, where they use a low barrel entry proof, I think 110. So that's cool. And this is the only way to get a cask strength, a single barrel like this is the only way to get their product in cask strength version. And it's the high rye. So that all just sounded interesting to me. So I'm sipping that now, and it's nice and sweet. A lot of brown sugar, a little creamy. It's just a solid all around.
I had something like that last night. It was a rabbit hole. It was Derringer, but it was I think a single barrel or something like that. It was very special. Very one-off of their standard. Oh, we got John Hughes on the line. Oh, look at that crisp. I know. Now I got a match.
I know. Step it up, son.
I bought this webcam thinking, oh, this is, high def and all that stuff, but Brian is killing it.
Oh yeah, that's right. So the episode that comes out tomorrow, I'm on this setup as well, trying it out, and borrowed a nice DSLR from a buddy to give it a shot and everything. So I've got a setup out here with the new whiskey wall behind me, got the MacBook out here and everything. So so far so good. I like it a lot.
And that whiskey wall dough.
I know.
I am entry buzzing on a Southern whiskey, not similar. I mean, it's a bourbon, or no, it's a rye. I am drinking 13th Colony cask strength single barrel rye, 8 years, 5 months, 140.02 proof. I won't give anything away concerning why this is special, but it is a Southern aged whiskey. And so I was like, this might be, you said you went underproof. Now I'm going way overproof.
Yeah.
I haven't sipped it yet. So, I mean, today.
Well, it'll blow you out probably with that 140. Yeah. But at least that's JT Meleck at 118 or so will be nice and smooth.
Yeah, and this is not cask strength for the record. This is cut to 118, but it's known as their high proof small batch. So JT Meleck, if you're watching, which you reposted our story, if you're watching and this blows our mind, we're going to reach out very soon. Either way, I'll reach out because that one that I drank did blow my mind. So,
Yep.
oh, now you spelled it right. Did he? Yeah, Brian. That's too bad.
I never care about name spelling, so
For
no
sure.
worries, no worries.
People, I've gotten KOHL before, and I'm like, okay.
Really?
Like Cole's.
Oh, like the store.
Yeah. So, but let's see. Yeah, we have. So if you're drinking with us, drinking along with us, pour JT Meleck now, and we will start getting into the neat pour notes.
Yeah, if you're sitting in the parking lot of a Wisconsin distillery right now, go ahead and pour.
Baraboo, Wisconsin, baby. I bet Ben brought it.
Boy, we shall.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ben has the pour with a Glen in the parking lot right now.
Hey, he's got notes already. Look at this guy.
What a pro! Hey, wait. Okay, so we got ethanol and toffee. So, okay, really, like, we don't do a history segment on the drink alongs like we do in our normal episodes. But this is a rice whiskey, and I'm pretty darn sure it's like 100% rice. Maybe not, but it is distilled. It says distilled from Louisiana rice, Providence style. So I imagine there's no other mention of other grain on this.
I'm quite sure it's 100% rice.
I imagine it's 100% rice.
Once you go rice, you can't half-ass the rice. You got to go.
Exactly.
You can't be 80% rice, 20% corn. Just can't do that.
That's a great nose. Toffee is the note. And if this is your first time or whatever, please just comment. We love hearing from you guys.
Yeah, I get the confectionery pastry kind of world over here. Definitely like a sugary kind of doughy for me.
If someone told you this was either a bourbon or a rye, what would you say?
Off the nose.
Off the nose.
I might go rye, actually.
I might too. Yeah.
Which is different from my memory of the single barrel I had, because the single barrel that I have is so flavor packed that it's like, yeah. But this seems a little more delicate.
Yeah. Remind me, the one that you sent me, was that the exact one you have?
Exact one that I have. I think Leek got like 2 of these. And
he sent a sample too.
Yeah. And I think he provided your sample direct from him, I think. I'm not sure.
He sent it through you, I think.
Oh, I remember the roundabout.
Yeah, it was a smaller
sent
bottle
it to somebody else. Somebody else gave it to me, and then I gave it to you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Because I knew I had a bottle on the way too.
So Patrick's getting cinnamon, butterscotch on the nose. So this is a great nose, for the record. To me, it is depthful. It's a 4-year, for the record, and it's, like I said, 118 proof. I could drink this just based on the nose. I very much enjoy this. But you sipped. I'm gonna sip now.
Okay, yeah. I sipped. I think. I'm going to have to pour. I don't have another Glen. I'm going to have to pour the other one now too. I think this is like a broad release, right? This is a big batch. It's proof 2, 118 and everything,
That's
correct?
Small batch.
The one that we're sipping now comes in with a little more ethanol than the single barrel. I remember a lot richer flavor with the single barrel, but this one still, I'm splitting hairs here because this one is packed with flavor still too.
Yeah.
A lot of kind of caramel, but it keeps a thinness and it keeps a delicacy a little bit too. That like invokes memories of rye a little bit. So, even on the sip, if I were to be like trying to guess what this is and thinking it was probably either bourbon or rye, I'd probably still lean rye on the palate too.
I agree. I think this actually has. I'm not getting too much of the ethanol. I am getting a really. It reminds me in some ways of this 13th Colony, because it is rich. I would say, like, this has rich flavor. I really like Ben's note of spun sugar and brown sugar. And what's his name? John was saying caramel macchiato.
Nice.
and I can dig that. This is rich, and I love a rich whiskey.
Yeah.
So this is beautiful. I love
yeah,
it.
there's a lot of flavor while it still keeps a thinner, lighter mouthfeel.
Mhm.
Like it a lot.
And if you're watching Frug Spirits, well done so far.
Yeah.
I mean, heck, it doesn't even matter. Like, this is great as it is. If the ice or water kills it, who cares? This is amazing, neat.
Do you remember what the cost of this bottle is? The MSRP?
I want to say 60 to 70 per bottle, and I got it on Reserve Bar or something like that. It was easy to get online, and yeah. We got Ben saying a thinner mouthfeel for Ben. He says, but the extra sweetness makes it feel finished. Ambulance. Not sure what that means. Not that this is, but it tastes Amberana. He probably meant. Yeah, he did.
It's funny. He redacted the comment, and the YouTube feed shows it redacted, but StreamYard left it in there and didn't take it out.
Oh, that's funny. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he says, John says, mine's nose only so far. It's drinking a caramel macchiato while someone is making a chai. Ooh, in the background. I like that.
I like the chai feeling. Yeah, I can totally see that. Yeah.
Dude, you think about it. They're out of Branch, Louisiana. Really south, really humid. And, you know, you think about like just the Gulf and like the heat and like the feel. Like whenever I go to Louisiana, I can smell it. Like I know the smell of Louisiana, especially Gulf Louisiana, like New Orleans and all that stuff. It's not a bad thing, but it's
no, it is a
it.
bad thing in New Orleans. Good Lord, man.
Oh, you don't like the smell of New Orleans?
No, the disgusting Bourbon Street
puke smell of the French Quarter.
It smells like pee everywhere, man.
Oh, well, that's like that. That's like downtown. Like I'm talking like the general.
I know. I'm totally joking.
Southern Louisiana. Yeah. John says palate does come across as Amberana. Absolutely, Amberana. Absolutely.
And we have a trench of swampy goodness call out here that I couldn't agree with more.
Darn right, Ben. Yep. This is good. There's a finish note that is toffee. It's like Werther's toffee on the finish for me.
Yeah.
And to get that note is amazing.
There's a little bit of spice too on the nose that just like still I'm on the rye train still. That in addition to the thin mouth feel, this extra spice that's on there has totally got me thinking about ryes.
So honestly, I'm the type of guy, I say this a lot. I'm the type of guy that will never drink fruit punch Gatorade because it's the most standard flavor. So like if I started a distillery, I would mess around with rice. I imagine it's very cheap. I imagine it is pretty easy to work with. I might be wrong. And maybe we could ask the distillers there at Fruge. But I imagine it is, cheap, easy to work with, and you just mess with it and move on and age it. This is a 4-year spirit aged in the South, so it kind of gives it a little more oomph. But like if I started a distillery, I would be messing around with corn if it tastes this good. Like it's just inspirational, honestly.
Right. Yeah. You'd be messing around with rice. Yeah, that's what you meant.
What did I say? Corn?
You said corn, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Messing around with rice. Just 100%.
Well, you'd probably
be messing around with corn too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said exactly what you said. I said you'd probably also be messing around with corn a little bit.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. I got just a smidge in my glass, but I did just like a drop or two of water. So add a little water.
Spin J, the old Matt job. Oh, we got Miles Ferguson in the house. He says, hate to say it, but the email, etc., was not good. What? But
I don't know.
Very hard to find my way in. Had to go to Patreon and eventually click on something that didn't even look like a link. Oh, that's my bad. So way behind here. No worries, Miles. Hey, next time, just search us on YouTube. Search Chill Filtered on YouTube, and you will find us. It'll have our latest videos through that. So we got Embellish Pod. We got Patrick White saying the smell of Louisiana is swampy, but with briny salinity. That's deep. John says there's some varnish in the late finish for me, but in a good way. In good way.
I'm stuck on ever since I saw the words briny salinity.
Yeah.
I'm nosing brininess now.
Hey,
Anybody
like,
could say anything right now, and I'd start getting that note.
well, I mean, think about it. It's like Louisiana's on the Gulf. The Gulf is salty. I don't know where Branch is, but I imagine it's southern. I might be way wrong. But like you go to Isla and you get briny, and that's on the coast, Oh, this is
I
good.
get
Good nose. A little more vapory on the nose for the water pour for me. A little more alcohol, but not in a bad way. It's just potent.
Yeah. Some fruit came out on the palate for me with water. And I can't figure out what that was because I basically only had 1 sip's worth with water. But I liked it.
This is great. I'm inspired, honestly. Like I should just start making rice whiskey at home.
Cole,
Who
if it
would
was
have
that
thought?
easy, everyone would just do it.
No. Who would have thought
I know,
rice
right?
whiskey would be this good? This is great. I wonder how much sugar rice provides. Like if they have to like overdo it, because I do know that rice has, it's like carbohydrates. It brings out some, sugar from it. But I wonder, compared to corn, how much corn you have to put in the mash versus a rice you have to put in the mash.
Yeah. I like the water pour more than the neat pour.
Okay.
Which is a rarity these days. But the water took away some of the astringency. The water took away a little bit of that ethanol that was one of the first things that I mentioned earlier. It brought out a little fruit, and it made it a little more balanced overall. So I kind of like it proofed down just a drop or two. That was good.
Is anyone else getting Werther's toffee on the finish? Because that's solid note I'm getting on the finish. Yeah, nice Crystal Glen.
Just had to feature the Glen for Miles here.
Next time I buy a Glen, I gotta get the Waterford Glens, because they're like really cut crystal. Like the one you have, I've seen, and it's good and it's nice cut crystal.
Right.
But like Waterford has like these like, you can like almost cut your finger on those cuts, man.
This one is the $40 Amazon one. So like it's more expensive than a normal Glen, and it actually weighs more than a normal Glen.
I love
so like if you've
heavy weighted glasses, thick faces, you know what I'm saying?
I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah. If you've ever like seen this and thought about buying it, just know that it is actually like about 150% of the weight of a normal Glencairn. It's a little more weighty to the base.
Undercurrent of balloon. We're gonna take that with a grain of salt because he's drinking the single barrel. I respect that note. Miles says, "OMG, a Waterford Glencairn, sign me up, Cole." Hey, your birthday's coming up, Miles.
Yeah, well, so those Waterford Glencairns, they are $510 for a 6-pack, $510 for the 6-pack. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Hey, if you sign up at the $100 level on Patreon, we might actually add a Waterford Glencairn to your thing, as long as you've been a member for 6 months at least.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
But don't hop on just to get something and then hop back down.
Yeah, right. I was convinced I wanted those, but like with the whiskey wall and like put them on display kind of thing, the Waterford Glencairns. Then I realized I would literally never use them. Like it would literally just be decor. Yeah, like
dude, but if you buy 6 of them,
yeah. Well, they go on sale also. So the cheapest they get is like $420, $430 if you're actually interested. They'll do a 20% off.
Wait, but do they do one at a time? Like, can you buy one for $100?
I think you can buy in smaller. Yeah, I know you can buy in smaller increments, but yeah.
Dude, it'll change you. Waterford will change you. I don't even know if I got to introduce you to how quality Waterford is while you were here, but it's quality. Yeah,
I believe you. Sam is telling on me over here, huh?
Yep. Hey, Sam, Brian's birthday's coming up in a year. So
you got a long time to save up for that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
My birthday's in a cool 355 days or so.
Yeah. Ben said, "You're not supposed to eat balloons," but John said, "Don't tell me how to live my life." So yeah. And we got many LOLs from that one.
Many LOLs.
That's great.
So I dropped some ice.
So okay, I'm about to drop some ice.
The nose became very syrupy with ice. No way Ben Klepsik has ice. No way. If Ben Klepsik has ice,
he brought a cooler, man.
Brought a cooler. If he did.
I could imagine. Like, dude, Ben, he's been there since the beginning. I would not be surprised if Ben brought a cooler full of a few chunks of ice.
This smells like an unpeated scotch. This smells honey and a little syrupy.
Yes, Ben does have ice.
Oh my God.
I love it. He's probably got like a thermos and it's got some ice in it. And Ben, I bet you're showing off to the people in the line. Yeah. Hey guys. Hey everyone waiting in line with Ben. Ben is awesome. You could be awesome. In fact, I want to say this. I met one of our longtime listeners at Driftless Glen in Baraboo. Shout out to Caleb Olson, who's he was our first Patreon subscriber. So Driftless Glen has a place in my heart to this day. And I actually met Scott from My Bourbon Journey there too. So it's got a great place in my heart. And I love Wisconsin. Like we said on a recent episode, for state related rivalries, Wisconsin beats Minnesota. So take that, everyone.
Ben, please send pictures of how you transported your ice in Discord. I would like to know.
I want to call out John's. He says, Sam Rapp, thanks for humoring these expensive hobbies and the time suck for podcasting, which is very true. The ladies behind the pod are the real heroes. Shout out to Mrs. John Hughes. And shout out to Sam Rapp and my wife, Heather. Yes, John, we are on ice, but I haven't sniffed it yet. So I'm giving it the old spin J.
I'm full done on ice here. The ice nose again. What do we got?
He said he's got his wife's Stanley thermos. So
oh, perfect. Easy. Ice, the nose was delicious and syrupy and sweet. The palate, though, was not sweet, and the palate was the most wood forward with ice and bitter. So very, very oak forward and bitter with ice. So ice like no go.
What is the word?
Approachable.
You don't like it with ice, or is it just not the best pour? Okay, because I like it with ice. I don't love it with ice, but I like it with ice.
A mild dislike with ice.
Yeah. Shout out to Sam Rapp, who probably had the biggest hand in that floating backsplash kind of thing.
Yeah.
And all the goodness that I see behind you.
So
I'm sure you had a hand in it, Brian. You said it needs to be tall enough for the antique collection bottles.
Yes. I did provide measurements.
That's great. That's great.
But yeah, no, this is how we operate in the Rapp household is whenever we have work done by contractors, Sam designs the whole thing and then we just hand the finished design to the contractor and say, please do this.
That's
and
what she did with the wall behind me.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's legit. Like that's
I forgot she helped with that. That's so funny. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I agree with the oak on the ice, but I still get that Werther's, not toffee. I'm getting like a Werther's caramel at this point. This is great.
Dude,
I love it.
You see this? So somebody mentioned in a review online aloe vera, and that's what Patrick was honing in on. Well, I wonder, here I was all about rye and it had a little bit of spice and I thought it was rye like. I wonder if that aloe vera was playing into that.
Would it make it a tequila at that point?
Maybe.
Good
no, that's
joke.
agave.
Someone laughed. That's funny. John says, nah, it's good with ice, but the water pour does add some interesting notes. So John, water, ice, or neat? It sounds like not ice.
Yeah.
But do you prefer neat or water? Same with everyone else.
Yeah.
Big oak in the ice, still good.
Big
okay.
Oak.
Not alone here.
Yeah. Ooh, we got to rate this, John.
Yep. Yep. Ooh, proud of you.
I said John. Yay! I was talking
If
about John Hughes
Bryce
though.
Morita were here, he would call it out.
We got to rate this John Hughes. Is what I
Yep.
was saying.
Speaking of rate this John Hughes, John and I will be recording one of your paternity leave episodes this week, so I'm
That's
excited for that.
Nice.
Mhm. First time me and John are solo together.
Oh
Not
yeah,
solo, but like duo.
I saw you
It's
say that.
been either me, Robbie, John, or Robbie, John. So it's never been Cole, John. Yeah.
Oh, oh yeah, the Robbie
8.1.
John.
Ben, that's low. What do you
That's
like? I want you to dig into it.
yeah. I'm
I'm a little higher.
I'm
I'm
pulling up.
actually I'm like, okay, I got my rating. Do you have your rating? Because I'll say
I
mine.
I got my letter scores up just now.
Okay.
Okay. I think I'm good.
Oh,
I
Brian
think I'm good.
Duncan in the house.
Hey,
What a
meat than
pro.
water.
Love that guy.
Classic.
Yeah. Miles, you or rather Sam Rapp and Patricia would get along very well. And Patricia is really good at that taste and stuff. Ooh.
All right.
Here, I'm gonna beat you to
Do
it.
a
I'm
little-
gonna take the neat again.
Do a little pour of the barrel pick over here too.
Yeah, might as well.
Might as well.
All these great women, all these girl dads. Hey, is Brian Duncan a father?
He is, and he is a straight up boy dad times 3. I think.
Wow. I think you said that before.
Yeah. Hey,
So.
David Lipinski is a girl dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so is actually no Dave or Curtis Wax. He's a dad or boy dad.
He's a boy dad.
That's everything. Yep. Boy dad, yes. Yeah. But hey, so Brian and I have set it in our goals. You know, Brian and Sam will have chickpea within the month easily, like probably within the next 2 weeks. Yeah. So Brian, I tasked him with feel it out. And we're setting a goal by the end of July to set our date for our first Chill Filtered meetup. So keep that in mind, everyone.
I know we've said this many times.
We have, but now it's finally like, hey, kid will determine this. So if Brian needs to put it out a year, we'll put it out a year. If Sam needs to put it out a year, we will put it out a year. Times 4, Brian. How old's your oldest, Brian? Imagine like teenager. Because 4 boys.
Brian's son is his designated driver.
Really?
Brian's son drives him around. Brian's son drives him to my house, and then we drink all night.
That's a fun time. David Lipinski in the house.
Hey, girl, that's rule.
Love it.
Boy, that's rule.
Yeah. All right. So okay. So ratings, everyone. We got Ben Klepsig, which he didn't follow up on. I want to hear why he gave it an 8.1.
Yeah.
No, there he is. He says the finish vibe feels a little gimmicky, but okay. But we know there's no finish, right? You're just saying it feels finished, but it's tasty. 8 is superior. Okay, cool. 9 is hubba to what, but rare share with friends that get with. So I'm gonna go 9.2 on this.
Dang.
And an A, almost an A+.
Dang.
I am flirting with A+ right now. I really love this whiskey. Wait,
nice.
He's old, man. Brian's got some kids. Brian, you don't look that old, man. To have a 31-year-old, good for
Brian
you.
Brian is young at heart,
dude. At heart. And we've talked about this before. Dude is generous. He probably gets that from being a boy dad.
Brian's got generous friends too. He invited some buddies over. We did a little whiskey night last night.
Yeah.
And one of those guys, I'm horrible with names and forgetting the name, but he ended up leaving one of those Willet weeded 8 years.
Oh yeah,
he left
purple.
He
top.
left half of it. Yeah,
or like the black bottle purple top.
Yeah, exactly. The 8-year weeded. I thought it was all right, and he was like, "I hate it, man. So you keep it." So
I love
that. You just left it with me. So that's
going in bottle shares being like, "No, you can keep it." Yeah,
that's going in the reentry buzz pool for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah. I gotta feature this one up here.
Okay.
So, and I'm not just saying this. I came up with my score before I saw this, but I'm with Patrick. I think this is a B- for me. It is above It is above the tier. Sorry to disagree with you.
It's okay.
It's
okay. I love this.
It is above the tier that where it just gets lost among everything else. I think it stands out a little bit. I think it's got more pros than cons and everything, and it's obviously a super fun share. But this one ended up a little B- because it was a little more ethanol forward than I hoped it would be. I sipped the single barrel though, and the single barrel is easily B+ for me.
Okay.
The single barrel steps it up a lot more than this broad release does. So highly recommend grabbing the single barrel. It is the flavor intensity is much more prominent. You get a lot more richness by the way of something that you'd get from a hot climate age like Garrison Brothers kind of thing, where there's just a lot more flavor to be had in general from the single barrel. So big plus on that one.
Yeah. No, personally, I am, and I never explained why I gave it a 9.2 so much, but this is rich. I love a rich, velvety, caramely, toffee-like whiskey. If this were a bourbon, I would still give it a 9+. The fact that it's a rice whiskey, 9.2 easily. Like I said, this is inspirational to me. Like if I ever start distilling myself, which heck, who knows with me and my hobbies, I would mess around with rice. Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Here's what John says. He says, here's where I am. This is a 4-year rice whiskey is better than Jim Beam 11 signature craft brown rice bourbon, which is in our pool for the record. And
totally agree though. Totally agree.
Yeah, that's something to say. Something to say. A 4-year rice whiskey beating a bourbon that has rice in it. Yeah.
From a legacy distiller.
Big deal distillery. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is what Miles said. He says, I'd love to like give this to people and tell them, hey, check it out. It's rice whiskey. And to be honest, I am going to buy another bottle of this, or at least hopefully find a single barrel of this.
Yeah.
Because personally, I would want this on my shelf easily for the price that I got it for.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 11-year-old bourbon. Like, how often do you get a 11-year-old bourbon? Come on.
Right. I know,
Man,
right?
I'm surprised I've got the best score of the pack today, but I don't care. I'm not even ashamed.
Yeah. Those single barrels, though, I've seen online retailers having those single barrels. So I bet, I don't know how often, how many times per year they'd be pumping out single barrels, but like Seal Box, Shared Pour, they're going to be having single barrels of this, and I'm sure. So keep it
JT Meleck, we're coming for you.
Fruge
Distillery, we're coming for you. And I saw, and this is really cool. Really cool, like so on the Fruge on JT Meleck like whiskey's Instagram page, there's a female distiller and she seems really cool.
Nice.
So like we're reaching out, we're talking to her. If she's down, we're talking to her.
Being a rice whiskey, I would love to hear more about the processes and what the whole distillation process is like. Like that would be a really fun interview. So hopefully y'all are down for talking to us for an hour or so on a podcast episode.
And like I'm excited for older releases. Like, could you imagine what an 8-year of this would be like?
Yeah, I wonder what their oldest release is. That's exciting.
Yeah, that's super exciting. So we're a little over time, guys, but send in your hopes because we're closing out. What do you hope for related to whiskey, related to life, related to anything?
Okay, well,
and Klebsig, you are welcome for sharing. I hope you have a great tour, not tour, a great tour at Baraboo's Driftless Glen.
Yeah, well, related to life, the most important thing going on in my life right now, I hope everyone enjoys House of the Dragon more than I do.
That's true. I hope your daughter is the cutest little newborn.
I guess that is more important than House of the Dragon.
No. Yeah. And Sam, you're going to do great. I hope you feel supported and that things are going to be amazing and you're going to be a great mom. And Brian, I guess you'll be a great dad. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I hope she feels supported too, because that's like all on me. So if she doesn't, like, whoops.
Yeah, I can't show up. I can't. I'd be late to that birth, just like I was late to my second daughter's birth.
Oh, that's right. I
So
forgot.
yeah.
I gotta not leave the room for sure. No matter what.
Yeah,
Can't leave the
don't
room.
get squeamish either. I would love to see you faint. Hey, Sam, if he faints, take a picture, please.
Yeah, send video.
That's good. She feels 1,000,000% supported. That's great.
Good.
Okay,
Love it.
well, I hope this is my second hope of the night. I hope that me and Colonel Hughes will have a great episode coming up too.
Good. Well, I hope Ben
Oops.
Klepsik enjoys Driftless Glen.
Yeah, no, I hope so too. And I hope
Oh.
Ben picks up a solid bottle at the gift shop if there is like at least a 5-year single barrel rye on that shelf.
Look for the sticker, look for the 5+ sticker, because somebody got me a 8-year pick. And like the sticker says 5+, but if you look down on the printed label on the printed side, it says aged 8 years. Yeah.
I hope that Ben can put in a word for us, and maybe we can get a single barrel with Driftless Glen.
God, that'd be amazing.
Dude,
But yeah, just tell him.
I'd buy them all myself.
Tell Driftless when I blinded one of their ryes, I said I would pay $230 for it.
$250. Yeah. So yeah. And Miles says, I hope I can convince Patricia to come out to the meetup. Hey, and she bonds with Sam. Yeah, both of you can come out. And like, let's just say this. Miles is retired. He's got the money. No, I'm kidding.
Just sell a couple turtlenecks and you'll have enough.
Exactly. And just be a great girl and boy dad at the same time.
I hope that our meetup coincides with the Found North barrel pick process, so that Nick Taylor can come out and we can everyone who comes to the meetup, we all get to sit and pick the barrel together. That would be awesome.
Dude, that would be the trip of a lifetime. But most of all, listeners and viewers, I hope that our love of whiskey lifted your spirits. And then we're going to press the end stream button, and it might take a while to